If you're into sports cars, you've likely heard of the Volkswagen Golf, the most popular Volkswagen ever sold. As you know, cars are really expensive, and creating content around them is also extremely expensive, and it takes a lot of work. Us here at Karma Speed, we're wanting the team to grow. I want Karma Speed to be a well-oiled machine of a small group of individuals to make awesome content, being able to work towards owning some property, being able to invite you guys out to events and stuff like that. So if you guys like that idea and you want to see where Karma Speed grows, the best way to support us and the channel and the content is karmaspeed.com. We do have the GTI exhaust we're giving away right now. We do have some upcoming giveaways right after that involves people outside of just GTI owners or people who may be wanting that specific platform and car. It's a giveaway that all car people would want to be interested in, but only because of the support on the GTI giveaway for our first major giveaway. It's been a success so far, so we want to keep leveling up and making it more and more exciting for you guys. karmaspeed.com if you support the channel. If you enjoyed the content, I appreciate you so much. Let's get back in the episode. Since the first version came out, they have sold over 35 million of them. That's a lot. There's quite a few versions of the Golf, including the R, GTI All-Track, and E-Golf, but today is all about the GTI, the front-wheel drive version with a turbocharged 2-liter inline 4-cylinder. With 35 million units sold, I wanted to see what this Golf life is all about and learn them for myself. When I bought this 2017 Volkswagen GTI from a dealership, it was at the peak of the car market, and it was really hard to find them from private sellers, which I normally buy cars from private sellers. I bought this with 17,000 miles for $24,000. I was sweating because I knew after tax I overpaid for it since there wasn't very many options in the market. It is what it is. The channel must go on, the show must go on, we must make content. This is an underwhelming car though. They have a great reputation, but they are tuned so slow from the factory. They shift super smooth and it feels nice, but this does not align with the GTI reputation I have heard about and want to learn about and want to experience for myself. And that's what this channel is all about, is experiencing all the cars. I want to know what they're all like. I want to learn everything I can and just get to I want to be the old man that's like a savage and just knows everything when someone needs help with a car. Now, the only way to react to this is to just accept why they do this, and you cannot blame them for making them underwhelming. The more power means more strain on all the engine and drivetrain components, which equals more warranty claims, costing them more money, them as in Volkswagen, just costing a lot of money and everything you should avoid as a business. The only appropriate way to react to this is to appreciate that they over-engineer these cars so we can tune them. This is one of those vehicles that is 100% reliant on modifications for its personality. The GTI truly does not show its colors until you tune it. Stage 1 tune on your ECU for added horsepower and also on your TCU for increased RPM, shift points, and clutch pressure equates to a unique driving experience that more expensive platforms offer. The GTI offers a great bang for your buck when it comes to automotive technology if you're willing to tune it. The popular tuning groups that sell what they call shelf maps are not something that you have to stress about. These cars have extremely intelligent ECUs, and all things considered, they'll shut down before they hurt themselves most of the time as long as everything's working properly. This is a car that is not stressful to bash on, drive hard. But there is no sympathy for the guy who lacks mechanical sympathy. These cars really do take a beating on a daily, and they don't really even flinch. From my research, it seems that turbos fail earlier than an engine does on these cars, and turbos are a lot cheaper than an engine, obviously. So you've gotten comfortable with your egg-shaped hatchback. You've kind of ran into every age group person out there. It seems like young kids have GTIs and the old guys even have GTIs from my experience. They've all had a GTI at some point in their life, and I've met most of those people at the gas station for some reason at the year I've owned my GTI. But now you're starting to think, how can I make this my own? There's two types of GTI owners out there, from my gatherings, who change the exterior appeal of these cars. I like to classify these two styles as the OEM Plus and the sad boys. OEM Plus will run something like subtle factory VW or Audi style wheels, coilovers, and a catted downpipe, and most of the time stock catback, because in my opinion this suits the personality of this car best. The engine does not sound anything spectacular or unique. In my opinion, they sound good, they sound cool, they are unique in their own way, but nothing crazy. So keeping it on the tame side is great, and I understand why people do that. The sad boy style comes from a place where every other GTI on bags and rotiforms will have a sad boys sticker, which is usually high schoolers to college students who are single looking for a girl in their life but are too busy manifesting their car goals and hanging out with guys at meets than putting themselves in a place to meet a girl, so they're claiming to always be sad. It's just jokes, but that's what goes through my head. Every GTI owner I've ever met has been a very calm, optimistic personality that I really get along with instantaneously, that usually has a lot of passion and are not really worried what everyone else thinks. I can't say that about the other platforms at all that we've touched on this channel. Now that you've gotten your GTI figured out, you're thinking of making some more power. The most common way to do that outside of basic bolt-ons, intake, downpipe, exhaust, all those things, intercooler, is to get an IS38 turbo found in the Golf R or Audi S3. These turbos give you a meaty power band up top, and they're such a blast to drive.
Can't even get traction. Oh, it holds boost all the way. Oh my, still.
I 100% back the idea of you getting one if you plan on having this car for a while. It's worth the install hassle and the price. It truly makes this car something that can beat a lot of people in 40 rolls and still have all the daily driver comforts you love. I'm not going to speak for all other turbos out there. I didn't spend any time learning about them. I just didn't see it fit for the car I was building and what I could kind of see for the car, because I didn't want to dive into the reliability aspect, and I like OEM Plus upgrades for this specifically. And it's nice that we even have that option. Without sacrificing reliability, I think outside of the IS38, you might be asking for it. That's only why I say what I say. It's proven that the IS38 is not anything bad. It's only good for this engine. Since it's in other models and they do a ton of testing, tuning, you don't gotta worry about it. The Mark 7 GTI has this sense of reliability that is unmatched, and I did not want to sacrifice any place of that. I like my egg I can drive anywhere and not have to have a worry in the world. This may be a derivative of being a 3-time Subaru owner with extreme PTSD on the reliability peace of mind topic. Let's talk about my favorite parts of this car, the launch control. It's an awesome time even in a front-wheel drive car. Launch control is really only useful on a street car if it's all-wheel drive, but the launch control not being super useful because you cannot get a ton of traction does not mean it's not fun. It's actually a blast and something fun to do when you have people in the car. Adds that extra personality trait that most front-wheel drive cars do not have. You can do this in a manual, but it doesn't hit the same effect. The computer automated launch control features are always a good time. Especially in like all the Audi stuff, we have like launch control, and like GTRs and like the higher end cars, we have that to look forward to, is a computer launch control, instead of just revving it up and dumping the clutch like the old school cars are just basic manuals. They have their pros and cons, and I really enjoy the computer driven launch controls, and this is the first car I've ever had that. From an interior aspect, the 2017 had Apple CarPlay, which is a must for me, and that and the seating position allowing you to sit super low in this car made it comfortable and kept it feeling sporty and low to the ground, considering it's a hatch that can tend to sit higher up compared to some coupes and sedans like my Subaru, my 2015. I don't like how high up I feel, but the GTI gets it like super low. I really liked it, but it didn't look like it would let you sit that low, but it does. If I could recommend anything in regards to modifying this car, I think a great place to start would be a stage 1 tune for the ECU and TCU. The TCU is the transmission, the ECU is the computer controlling the engine. Once you spend the money on the car and feel the much needed differences, you will know if you want to take it any further, but you cannot own this car and be excited about it, in my opinion, until you felt what a little tuning can do for this vehicle. It's so underwhelming. Life is too short to try and embrace its stock. I do not feel that way about all cars. So when I say this, I mean it. You really need to tune this car to enjoy it and see what its personality is all about. GTIs are a great experience on the more calm side of things and an awesome beginner platform, but always seem to have a place in very experienced automotive personalities when you talk to them about their history with cars, and I think that makes the GTI unique in itself. They have a very strong background in all types of racing across the world and impacted a vast amount of the people in the industry because of their large history and being made for so long. All in all, the GTI is an awesome platform if you're looking for a car that's simple to work on with a massive aftermarket parts support, pretty quick, fun to drive, and all while not breaking the bank too bad, all things considered. Does it do anything crazy? No. Does it do most things well? Yes, very much so. If you've never owned a Volkswagen or Audi like myself, you're going to want another one So get ready. If you didn't know, we try and upload on Tuesdays and Thursdays minimum, and then most weeks we try to aim for the third on Sundays. So Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays, look out for videos on this channel, turn those notifications on. Thanks so much for stopping by. If you like the channel, you enjoy the content, karmaspeed.com, go grab yourself a windbreaker, a Volkswagen t-shirt. We have a Focus S t-shirt. We have more products coming soon. We have generic designs where just regular clothes car guys can wear and it's not too loud or obnoxious. We take a lot of pride in the quality here at karmaspeed.com. We do have some promotions of some giveaways for some pretty cool stuff to support your automotive habits. Thanks so much for stopping by. karmaspeed.com is the best way to support the channel. I appreciate you, and I'll see you in the next episode.